From Showtime and A24.
What do you love most about Whitney?
Comes a new series unlike any other.
Well, where do I even start?
Academy Award winner Emma Stone.
I like how you fight for us.
Nathan Fielder.
Money doesn't really matter when it's about doing the right thing.
And Benny Safdie.
You guys are strong, right? At the end of the day, you're going to survive, right?
Next question.
New episodes of The Curse, streaming now on Paramount Plus, only with the Paramount Plus with Showtime plan.
This episode is brought to you by Shopify. Selling a little or a lot? Do your thing however you cha-ching with Shopify, the global commerce platform that helps you sell at every stage of your business. Shopify helps you turn browsers into buyers with the internet's best converting checkout. 36% better on average compared to other leading commerce platforms. Get a $1 per month trial period at shopify.com/offer23.
This is the What Are We Doing podcast.
Recent allegations. I feel like I need to address this. You can consider this my official statement on the matter. You know, it has to be addressed. We knew one day this would come. We've been doing this podcast now this is the 116th episode. So, I mean, since the beginning with people and guests and digital guests and just from all over the country. And we've done so many weeks of episodes in the car and just topics discussed. And sometimes things get said to me, things get said back, and it's just here we are. So this has been something that obviously we've been struggling with for a while now. And honestly, we're just kind of sick of it. So, it's hard enough, you know, living in a world where not everyone is accepted, you know, racism is still a thing on a daily basis, hate, kids are bullied, other kids are paying kids $3 just to slap the shit out of some other kid or whatever happened this week on Theo Von's podcast. Like, the world is in need of some serious helping. So, like, you know, I'm just going to say this once. Well, not just once. I mean, it's not just one time. I feel like we've addressed this on and off air so many times with so many people, and the floodgates have yet to be closed. So I'm here today to say that Levi McCurdy, the host of, the host of the What Are We Doing podcast. And I mean, listen, Sandy Dunkel can confirm all of this, by the way. I was born 31 and a half years ago to the day exactly with a full-blown, biggest any of the nurses have seen, Mandy Moore, Tammy Waples have ever seen penis in their life, verifying that I am simply, in fact, I am indeed a man, a male, he, a him. That's what pronouns are, right? That's what mine are. Conjunction, junction, what's your function? You know what I mean? So please, the comments, the hate, the tossing gallon jugs that piss at me, like while I'm walking down the street, some guy screamed at me from across the street the other day, yelling, "Fuck you, lady podcast man host," and then proceeded to throw a jug of his own pee at me that I may or may not be selling on Amazon right now. But that's besides the point. Listen, the voice is the way it is. I am not, in fact, who you think I am. Ladies and gentlemen, this is episode 116 of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy, as I've already said. Jesus. Let's get into it, dude. So we're Taylor Swift cast now, I guess. You know, did the math right before we hit record, and it's not looking good in the sense of the argument. Like, we've got like 30 plus videos on this YouTube channel now, just solely dedicated to Taylor Swift. And it seems as if since episode 100 of this podcast, which tanked, basically we haven't, every other episode, it's been about 50%. It's been about 50% of our episodes since episode 100 this summer. Every other episode has been about Taylor Swift. So I'm not exactly sure when that shift happened. Maybe it was the emergency broadcast. Maybe it was when we came back from vacation. I don't know. But I guess one day, someday, where along the ways, I found out that Taylor Swift got me like 10 to 20 to 30% more views. And that's probably just why I put her name in the title of every other episode, because those episodes do better. So, yeah, you can't blame me, but I don't want to be a Taylor Swift podcast. You know what I mean? It doesn't really jive with the vision and the goal and what we set out for this. Now, does that mean I shouldn't make another podcast fully dedicated to Taylor Swift news? Now that, my friends, might be something that we could cook up. You know what I mean? Like we have like 4 or 5 segments. Each of those segments is 10 to 15 minutes every week. It's a solid hour plus every time. We could have a Swiftie on every episode. I got like 6 of them. I could have one for the first 6 weeks right now I could think of in my head. I'm thinking maybe, what do we call it? You know what I mean? The T-cast, the Swiftcast, the Swifters, the Swiftie cast, the official Swiftie cast, because it will quickly become that. You know what I mean? So I don't know. We could come up with a pretty unique name like one of those that I just mentioned and probably pull it off. I'm not entirely sure. I'm not entirely sure if we have time to do that, or if maybe we want to do it with someone else. Let's do that. If there's someone out there, I'll co-host it. I'll come up with the premise. I'll do the editing and a little bit of the distribution. And other than that, you are the main star. So let's get a main star, and then I'll be the backup co-host, right? We'll do equal amounts of work, obviously. It'll be a 50-50 partnership, but I feel like I need a 50% lift on that to then make it worth, because I have about 50 to give. I've got about 50% of time to give to a dedicated Taylor Swift podcast. So maybe, you know what, maybe Paul's schedule's a little backed up right now. Maybe I'll talk to, maybe that's a perfect, let me text B right now. Like if this is let me just text her because, hey, I'm currently recording episode 116 in the middle of a bit. Like live. Would you want to co-host? This is live. This is how you do. I mean, it's we could theoretically define it as fake business, but I mean, it's real. Like there's nothing fake about it. Would you want to co-host a fully dedicated Taylor Swift podcast with me weekly, and we'd have segments and could talk about other artists as well, but 89%, wait, what's her number? 19, what's her thing? It's 13. But also, we'll just say 85. It doesn't have to be. Jesus. But also 85, 86% Taylor. Hold on. Yes or yes. Send. Okay. If Brittany says she's down, I mean, if Brittany's not down, we'll see. I don't know. Megs probably won't want to do it with me because she hates me. So That's fine. So yeah, it's become a Taylor Swift. I mean, you could read the titles. I mean, it's not, it's really, it's nothing. It's not a secret. You know what I mean? If we go to the podcast, here we go. Last episode, a Taylor Swift Super Bowl. Episode before that, I'm taking Taylor Swift to the Cheesecake Factory. Episode before that, we skipped it. Episode before that, it was about Will Smith, but I'm pretty sure we mentioned Taylor somewhere in the episode. The one before that was about the writer's strike. Fine. The one before that, Taylor Swift. The one before that, Taylor Swift. The one before that, NSYNC reunites, and Taylor Swift introduced them at the MTV thing that they reunited at. So Taylor Swift. The one before that, maybe Taylor Swift. I doubt it, but definitely the one before that, 106, Taylor Swift and the Eras Tour. The one before that, do you know what I mean? Like it's just been, I mean, the one before that, I talked about Dave Portnoy and the Penn and ESPN deal with Barstool for $1. And I'm sure he's a Taylor Swift fan, so I'm sure I brought it up in that episode. It's a little crazy. And I'm not sure, like I said, how we got here. So hopefully we're going to do our best for episode 117 to not mention anything about... Oh, well, that's just... Okay. We're going to do our best for episode 117 to not mention a single word about Taylor Swift or Travis Kelce or their relationship, or the fact that he's like trying to figure out his NFL schedule so he can like go to Argentina and the EU with her. Like, it's serious. It's been reported that he doesn't want to be a fling. Like, it's a thing. So they're doing it. They're proving us all wrong, clearly. You know what I mean? There's still a chance. There's still a chance it is. Just it's not. It's a real, I think it's real. I think it's a bona fide real relationship, and it's unfortunate that we all called it fake from the beginning. We're sorry, Taylor and Travis. You know what I mean? I'm going to go heat up one of your frozen meals right now and eat it for lunch. I'm sorry. I support you. I bought the album, Taylor. I got it. We got the vinyl version coming. It's coming, Taylor. We got to go to 2nd and Charles and pick it up because we got the gift card. You know what I mean? It's coming. We support you, you know, like whatever the Taylor Swift BTS thing is, like we do it. I don't know what it is. Hashtag T Swift, I guess. So it's crazy, you know, but I guess it's, here we are again talking about her. You know, there's always news. There's always gonna be cringy but talkative worthy Taylor Swift. You always have to. Yeah, I guess. And it's just now it's an algorithm. And if I stop talking about Taylor Swift, the channel's probably going to tank. So honestly, we might need to just do a T Swift segment, you know, and you know, people don't care, you know, like Brittany didn't answer me. So it's fine. You know, people have lives. They're busy. They're probably working. She's probably working. It's fine. It's fine. Am I going to send her this as a clip? Yeah. Is she going to feel bad when I send it to her and be like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry I never responded? Yeah. Is it going to be funny in the moment? Yeah. But it's fine. Dude, it's, you know, no one wants to co-host a Taylor Swift podcast with me. You know what's sad about podcasts, dude? I have stickers. I have so many stickers on my fridge. I determined years ago that like the one side of my fridge was just for whatever. So I put all my stickers on it. Anytime I get a sticker with like an iPhone or an Apple product or a podcast or whatever, or just in the mail or randomly a logo or a company, it doesn't, whenever I get a sticker, I put it on the fridge. So I got the one side of the fridge has so many, it's the graveyard of podcasts. If you put your podcast on a sticker for people to put on the fridge, you inevitably will no longer do that podcast. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have like 5 or 6 podcast stickers because everyone, oh, I'm starting a podcast. I got a podcast. I've got 16 episodes, which means I'm never going to stop this train. We're never getting off at the next station. And so we've got the stick. We're going to send out stickers because they're cheap and it's the cost of a stamp and it's like $1 and it's support and people will listen to at least one episode if you send them a sticker. And so I've got so many podcasters stickers on my damn fridge. And guess what? None of them exist. None of them have uploaded for the last 6 months, 8, 9 months, the last year. They all stopped. And, you know, some of them were for good reason, mental health, whatever, so be it. They were never a podcaster to begin with. They shouldn't have started one to begin with. They shouldn't have started the second one. It's fine. But, like, you know, whatever the situation may be, I think one of them might still be going. I think one of them might have a semi-successful Patreon, and they might be a little bit better than me. So that's great. Good for them. But for the rest of them, it's kind of a graveyard. It's a little sad. It's a little sad, the fridge of stickers for the podcast that didn't make it. I mean, one of them, Tim made it. How far did Tim go? He's okay if I talk about him. Tim made it. Tim got to like 120, but he was also pushing out like 2 a week for a while. He was interviewing like A-list celebrities, Barstool employees, like the faces you see on TikTok every day, like Netflix people with movie, Dane Cook. This kid was smashing the game through 2021 into 22. And it just got to him. He got to him because he had to work. He was going through personal stuff. You know what I mean? And it's just his past caught up to him a little bit, I think. And it was crazy, man. So he had to take a break. He had to take a breather for his mental health and for his sanity and for his life. He took a break. And we're not knocking him for that. But at the end of the day, you know what I mean? It is what it is. And so we hope we hope they all come back. We hope we see episodes of those podcasts that, didn't come back and get revived and just make it a thing, because the world needs more podcasts that get 3 views like this, because at least those 3 views mean something. And it's not just another JoJo Siwa, look at me, I'm on the iHeart Radio network. Catch me over there on, next week's episode where I'm interviewing friends and talking about my life as a teen celebrity. It's just like, does anyone actually give a shit? Like, is anyone rushing to download the iHeart Radio app just to hear the first few episodes of the JoJo Siwa podcast? I'm sure the views are in the high hundreds of thousands, but I doubt that we were pushing millions out the gate. That's just my personal opinion. I don't know. Prove me wrong, but dude, we don't need it. You know what I mean? So here we are, folks. Here we are. If the world isn't coming to an end in the United States, we've got nothing but Black Fridays now. Today, November 10th, is Black Friday. And guess what? I think Walmart and Target Plus members got it on Wednesday. So we're starting things off early. There's nothing this country loves more than to start pushing back traditions earlier and earlier every year, to the point where we have Starbucks and frickin' Dunkin' Donuts competing for when they're getting out the pumpkin spice lattes. And I think this month it happened in August, maybe September, nowhere near the realm of, October spooky fall pumpkin spice latte time. Hey man, if it's September, maybe August, let's do an apple. Do an apple flavor, do a blueberry flavor, do something a little fall oriented before we hop right into the pumpkin sluts of America. You know what I mean? It's a little much. So now we have to listen. We have October, and October is fully dedicated to spooky season, and we've all committed to that. October 1st to the 31st. That's it, dude. We do Halloween as the kickoff party. Whatever day Halloween lands on, you should be trick-or-treating. That's what everyone else on the planet does, except for me, because I live in this crooked, bullshit-ass, stupid as fuck. I barely pay them because they don't do anything and spend all of our money on no street parking signs. And guess what? Every other day, someone's parking on the street. And every other day, nothing's getting done about it. It's the most horrendous HOA, Homeowners Association, York Heist, whatever the name of the freaking company is. They don't even live here. They're not even within the county that the HOA resides in. We need to be disbanded. I don't know how to do it. And if anyone out there is an expert or a lawyer or knows someone who can like help us get out of paying the HOA without them sending me the fact that I got to go to court every 8 months when I don't pay. I now pay them every 6 months because that's when they just send the initial warning letter and I don't have to pay for that. So I just pay the late fees and whatever the fuck, I give them like, whatever. I give them like $100 every 6 months. It's BS. They don't do anything. And so that's where I'm at. And so they scheduled our Halloween 3 days prior to the 31st. For whatever reason, our neighborhood had to do it differently than literally every single other person on the planet did it, not October 31st. You know what I mean? So like, and they weren't even there. There wasn't even an HOA person out on trick or treat, like with flashlights or a table or representation for the frickin', just like who get, like to make sure the kids are safe, the lights are on, like half the neighborhood was dark. Like they fumbled the ball like they do with every other else thing that they have to do. It's just, it's BS. It's a stupid organization. It's money laundering. It's got to be a tax fraud or a drug ring or child trafficking, something. The HOA is up to something because all they pay for on a yearly basis is just the lowest bid of the lowest, cheapest landscaping company that they can find to come once a week for like, I don't know, maybe 16 weeks out of the year. And then also they don't even mow our backyard for, like 3 months at a time. So again, what are we doing? Paying the HOA fees. If we all stop collectively, there's not much they can do about it. So like, hopefully, the citizens, no one's going to hear this because no one listens to the damn podcast, but it's fine. It's just for me. Listen, this holiday season, you've got to get your Christmas shopping done right. You're going to ask your fiance, you're going to ask your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, whoever you need to buy Christmas gifts for. And I guarantee you, if they're 25 years or older, they're going to say, nothing. I don't need anything. Don't get me. I don't know. I just, whatever. You know what I mean? I don't know. And you don't know what to get them because everyone's into some different stuff and it's not really a unanimous thing. So you need to get them a dude robe. Listen, I know people who went to Christmas last year who didn't get their relatives and their loved ones dude robes, and they had a miserable time. It was a crappy dinner. The turkey was dry. The ham was undercooked. The mashed potatoes were lumpy, and the corn was cold. And they had a terrible time, and they could have spiced it up if they had a few dude robes to open, and they could have saved a butt ton of money if they used promo code WAD at checkout. I mean, even if you get them the hoodie, you get them the dude robe, okay? Maybe you want that combo. Maybe they're into shorts. Get yourself the dude robe, get them the robe short combo, and when we toss in that promo code WAD, you're looking at a savings of over $50, babe. I'm telling you what, if I find out you went to duderobe.com and forgot to type in that promo code and there's nothing they can do about it on the back end and you didn't save this money this holiday season, I mean, talk about a major letdown, dude. So what I need you to do is go to duderobe.com, and once you're done building up that cart, you want them slides, toss them in there, get them. You might as well. You're getting the shorts, you're getting the robe, you might as well get the slides with it. Get yourself a pair of pants, and you're going to type in promo code WAWD at checkout, and that's going to save you money, okay? I know there's nothing you like more than saving money. When I bought this one, guess what promo code I used? WAWD. When I bought Meg's, when I bought Justin's, I used the promo code. So please, go to duderobe.com and get some shopping done this holiday season for your husband, your wife, your girlfriend, boyfriend, fiance, whatever. This gift is perfect for anyone. If they tell you they don't know what they want or they can't make up their mind, or you just want to get them something that's super cool that they'll wear, they'll use it. It's the ultimate gift. So duderobe.com and check it out. Don't forget, promo code WAD at checkout. Back to the show. But besides the point, as soon as November 1st comes around, we've got to start talking about Black Friday deals and holiday shopping. Now, I didn't think we would take it as far as we have, but someone this year, some board of directors marketing team at one of the big box stores has officially decided that we are kicking off Black Friday at like week 2, prior to week 2, like week 1.5 of November. And we're doing it through the rest of the year. We're talking Black Friday deals starting now, November 10th at Walmart.com. It started on like November 7th for like Walmart Plus members. And that Walmart Plus, you get Paramount Plus, you get gas savings. Walmart Plus might be the subscription of the year that you might need to get. So free shipping, like all other benefits. You're probably going to get even more deals for Black Friday, Cyber Monday as they get closer to those actual freaking dates. But who knows? There's nothing this country needs more than Black Friday deals 3 weeks early. So go, babe. The commercials are out. Run to Walmart. You get that Barbie set for $12. You get that blender for $50. You get that air fryer for $35. Yo, you get that TV for $150. And they've got a 2-pack of 15-quart crock pots for only $15. That's only $7.50 for 2 people on your Christmas list. Guess what? Every single one of my relatives, Sandy, John, Morgan, Christina, Dan, Sin, Dawn, Dan's wife, Jess, the kids, I'm picking up 30 of these packs, and I'm giving out 60 crock pots this year. Every single person on my list that needs a gift, the boys' teachers, the boys' godparents, the boys' babysitters, the grandparents, the aunts, the uncles, everyone in our family, my friends, my employees, my friends' wife, Paul, Brittany, Scott, Joy, Justin, Halsey, and all of Justin's family, all of Justin's brothers, sisters, all of Justin's brothers, sisters, kids, all of Justin's step siblings, listen, I might even rekindle my friendship and my relationship with my father, my stepmom, my half brother, my half sister, my stepmom's family, that whole side of things, my dad's family, Casey, Macy, their kids, my aunts, my other aunt and uncle, Rob, Karen, their kids, Becca, Laura, all my cousins, my uncles on my mom's side, my dad's side, my stepdad's whole family, his 2 kids, kids, my nieces, my cousins on that side. I'm literally going to purchase 60 crock pots from Walmart's Black Friday deal for like, what's that going to be? It's only going to be $900. For less than $1,000, we're done Christmas shopping. For less than 1 paycheck and an early Black Friday deal, you're done, babe. Go to Walmart, get 60 crock pots this year. Everyone's getting them. You know what I mean? Get yourself the air fryer for $35. Get your kids the RC car. I think you can get the Ninja Turtle RC car skateboard for like $20. It's gangbusters over at Walmart. It's Black Friday, bitches, because when the world's in peril and the government needs to spend just a couple more $100 billion on proxy wars, Israel, Palestine, Syria, Ukraine, Russia, China, Taiwan, we sent the pandas back. Guess what? You know what I mean? We need Black Friday deals early. Black Friday starts now. And honestly, if you want some deals, let's take this bit a bit further. You know what I mean? Because guess what? I've got even more. I discovered this the other day, and I think you should know about it. It's the $10 and under section on Amazon. I got a notification. I reluctantly clicked on it, and it was golden. If you need a gift for someone and you just spent your last paycheck on 60 crock pots from Walmart's Black Friday deals like I did, then this is probably where you're going to go next to just kind of, maybe get your love, maybe like your fiance something other than a crock pot for Christmas. So right off the bat, a box of 100 cheesy jokes. If anyone in your life is a podcaster, and I'm assuming most people have one in their family somewhere, it's 2023, you know what I mean? Get them the box of cheesy jokes. Now they've got topics for days. Take one joke an episode. That's your first 100 episodes. Make every episode 10 to 15 to 20 minutes based off that one joke. And boom, bam, you've got a 100-episode comedy podcast, all for the low, low price of $8. You know what else your family needs this year? The Fry cup holder. You always see it on TikTok. You always see it on Instagram. You always laugh at it. You always think it's funny. Now's your opportunity to get one. It's only $9.85. It's less than $10. And you know what? Get yourself one, because let's be honest, you hit that drive-through way too often and you're just putting the fries wherever they fit. Sometimes they spill. You got salt, you got crumbs all in your car. Now your car's got crumbs in it, and guess what? You're not going to the car wash like you said you were going to do 3 months ago. So now it's just going to sit there and be greasy and dirty, and now your car's gross. You need a French fry cup holder. For less than $10, the value of your car goes up by at least $80,000 when you go to trade it back in. You know what I mean? I just saved you all that money, so now send it to me on Venmo. There's a link down below. Listen, you can get these numby fuzzy cat socks. You can get a deck of playing cards. Get them a deck of playing cards. They'll be a magician. You can teach them some card tricks. You know what I mean? Teach a man to fish, the whole quote. Get them a deck of cards. Now they've got a professional career as a magician. Get them a pack of crazy straws, $6. Get them a pack of Band-Aids that look like bacon. There's nothing better than opening a box of Band-Aids printed like bacon on Christmas. As a 20-year-old, as a 30-year-old, as a 40-year-old, as a 50-year-old, this is a perfect gift. Who's going to think this is a terrible gift? They're going to love it, no matter who they are. They're going to use them for one. They're going to love them for two. And it's probably going to be in their top 3 all gifts of all time. Get them the bacon Band-Aids, dude. Okay? This next one I'm getting from Eggs because, listen, this chick's got 3 full-size bottles in each of our vehicles. She's got 3 full-size bottles of ketchup in each of the vehicles. One of them's exploded that needs cleaned out. The other one might be in a bag. I don't know. She keeps ketchup in the car because when she goes to the Starbucks to get her egg white bites, they don't have ketchup. They don't do the ketchup packets anymore. So she has to keep ketchup in the car to eat her egg white bites in the morning if she stops and gets breakfast, if I give her money to do so. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to get her this instead. So we can get rid of the full-size car ketchup bottles, and she can just put on this little tiny, it's made for sriracha, but we're going to put ketchup in it, and then she can just throw it on her keychain, and for less than $8, I've now made her entire day. Who doesn't love a Slinky? Who doesn't love an adorable snail soap dispenser? Get them that for Christmas. Who doesn't think that's adorable, dude? You know what I mean? Pride peppermints, Airbud cleaners. Everyone you know has AirPods or wireless headphones of some sort. Get them those. It cleans them out. You know, they got the gunk in their ears and their AirPods are turning yellow because they got gunk in them and they don't clean them. Get them AirPod cleaners. Everyone needs them. Avocado slicer. Scooby-Doo makeup palette for the nerd female in your life. Adorable. It's, less than $10. It doesn't get better. A waffle maker in the shape of a heart. Listen, this whole page, electric candle lighter, a CSM dry body brush for beautiful skin, a heart-shaped waffle maker, and a Nuego gel mask, reusable cold mask. Fellas, I'm looking at it right here, okay? If you've got a special girl in your life or a sassy man who loves himself a bubble bath, this page is for you. For less than $40, you can literally make this the best Christmas for your fiance, girlfriend, wife, whatever of her life. Like, if you don't know what to get your girl or your guy for Christmas, this page is it. Let's start with this. Electric candle lighter. How freaking cool. Who wouldn't love that? Then go get them literally any candle. Literally any candle that smells good. Bath and Body Works, Walmart, Target, whatever the budget is, it doesn't matter. Get them a candle. They're all the freaking same. Get them a 3-wick. It's bigger. The bigger the candle of the budget, you want to go to $50, get them a bigger candle and it's $50 total. Get them a candle. Get them this electric candle lighter to go with it. How cool is that? $9. Then get them this dry body brush for beautiful skin. And that says you care. You care about how they look. You care about how they feel about how they look. And like you get them this dry body shot. You say, babe, I want you to have beautiful skin. I want you to feel good. I love you. And then you get them, you know how else you show your love? A heart-shaped waffle maker. You say, babe, open this next one. I'm going to go, as soon as you open it, we're going to hook it up. And then boom, you make them heart-shaped waffles. And maybe you get a cookie cutter and you put Santa in the middle and boom, now you've got Santa heart-shaped waffles. Hello, I know you made Christmas cookies. These are genius ideas. Now your morning's covered. Then you make them waffles for breakfast and then she opens the gel mask. They can relax. They cool it. They put it in the freezer and then you draw them a bubble bath. Maybe you get them a little bath salt. Maybe you get them a little bubble kit. Maybe a bottle of wine. Boom, your shopping's done. You're welcome. You're welcome. This page is adorable. Little mini magnets that are cactuses for the fridge, a genuine manatee, silicone tea. Oh, it's a tea thing. If you have a tea drinker in your life, I'm getting this frog-shaped sponge holder. Need it. You know what I mean? So it's crazy. Oh, and then this, if you're bag people, dude, get your man the belly bag. And honestly, Megs, she's probably getting the toast bag. You know someone in your life who would rock the toast bag. So, I mean, if Black Friday's here, Black Friday's here. Here's an avocado tree growing kit. Like it literally grows a tree out of the avocado. What? Socks, Barbie Polaroid keychain. I mean, it just here's a craft cocktail kit, an ice ball maker. If they're into making drinks, if they're into drinking, you know what I mean? That out, you know, get them the margarita cocktail kit, mini portable carry-on. It's $10 plus the ice ball maker, another 10. Get them this little elephant plant, dude. Get them Uno. Get them a little love sign. It's just, I mean, it's simple. So if Black Friday starts now, you might as well hop on board because there's nothing else really much we can do. There's nothing really much else we can do other than sit around and wait for, you know, things like Mr. Beast to get canceled, you know?
Hey, I'm Ryan Reynolds, owner of Mint Mobile, with a message for everyone paying big wireless way too much. Please, for the love of everything good in this world, stop. With Mint, you can get premium wireless for just $15 a month. Of course, if you enjoy overpaying, no judgments, but that's weird. Okay, one judgment. Anyway, give it a try at mintmobile.com/switch.
New activation and upfront payment for 3-month plan required. Taxes and fees extra. Additional restrictions apply. See mintmobile.com for full terms.
Now, of course, Jimothy, being the smart man that he is, he knew this was coming. As soon as he released the video, he released a tweet alongside it saying, hey, heads up, I'm probably getting canceled for this one. And of course, 72 hours later, hundreds of millions of views later on the video, and about 1,000, is it 1,000 or 100? I think he built 100 wells. Mr. Beast, what is it? Was it 100? Yeah, he built 100 wells in Africa. My man Jimmy built 100 wells in Africa for, you know, I mean, sure. Like, what are we talking about? Like the fact, and like, you know, he says it in the video. It's a shame a YouTuber has to fly all the way to Africa, go to this other place in Africa. He went to like 2 different countries in Africa. And he built over 100 wells. He gave them school supplies. He gave them clothes. He gave them more than just fresh drinking water. You know, I mean, so, and then we've got the tweet, hey, I know I'm getting canceled. And of course, that's exactly what happened. He's being blamed because it's a white man saving the day in an African country. Okay, I don't think his race has anything to do with it, but of course we go there in 2023. Like I said, racism alive and well. And so, you know what I mean? He's getting blamed for being white. I don't know why that's part of the argument, but it is. It's part of the narrative. It's weird. I don't know. It's strange, but like, I guess that's fine. So, but you know, hey, listen, if the organ and the people from the organization, it's their job in Africa to build wells and provide clean drinking water for the people of Africa, it's their job. And they can't do it. And so now they're a little pissy because Mr. Beast is doing it. And so they're like, hey, we don't have enough money for this. We don't have enough funding. We don't have enough eyeballs on it. We don't have enough grants. So hopefully this helps them. But they're also pissed because it's like, well, there goes our job for the next, like they literally had 100 wells lined up for the next probably 10, 15 years. And he came in and did it in about 3 to 4 days, maybe 3 to 4 weeks. But you know what I mean? It's kind of insane that, you know, he says it. We have to rely on a YouTuber for these things to happen. But every time Mr. Beast tries to do good on the Beast Philanthropy channel, we get the backlash. You know, he pays for 1,000 blind kids surgeries. He pays for 100 people to walk again. Like he's literally has a whole channel, I think he has a whole food bank. He has a whole channel dedicated to donating money. All of the money he makes off that channel, he gives to shit. Like it's insane the amount of money that Jimmy and the whole team over there spends on doing these things. And then they're just met with nothing but outrage and negative backlash on, you know, from the organizations, online, social media, and people who just, I guess, don't agree with doing good for others. And so, but, you know, shout out to him, man. Shout out to Mr. Beast. He called it. It's crazy that like organizations are literally, I mean, CNN's reporting on it. It's just American YouTuber Mr. Beast's latest video in which he says he built 100 wells across Africa has drawn complex response online since it was published on Saturday. Some Kenyan activists and journalists said he has spotlighted the failures of the Kenyan government, while Mr. Beast, whose real name is Jimmy Donaldson, anticipates that he will be canceled following the reaction. The new wells will provide clean drinking water for up to 500,000 people. 500,000 people can now drink water on a daily basis. And this man is getting scolded, dragged through the mud. If it was up to them, he'd be hung in the streets. Isn't that fun? 500,000 people in Cameroon, Kenya, Somalia, Uganda, and Zimbabwe, Donaldson said, while an accompanying fundraiser to support local water and organizations, he's raised more than $300,000 by Monday morning. That's right. So not only did he go and do this already, he also like teamed up with, you know, like the Team Trees, the ocean organization. So now we've got a water version of that. And we've also raised $300,000, which will probably build us, you know, like probably 300 more wells or whatever it costs. I'm sure it doesn't cost much. Donaldson's 10-minute video also showed him donating supplies to Kenyan schools, such as new furniture, soccer balls, computers, whiteboards, projectors, building a bridge across the river to safely connect the village with local schools and hospitals, and donating bikes to a village in Zimbabwe to help children get to school. Prominent activist what does that say? Hold on. I want to get his name right. Prominent activist Boniface Mwangi constated Donaldson's actions with those of the Kenyan government, saying, "We are a shameful, horrible country, a begging nation governed by millionaires." He added on X, formerly known as Twitter, "Every 5 years, we have newly elected members of parliament and senators, a SH 5 million car grant." Oh, okay. Sorry. That's their currency. $33,000 fuel those cars every month. And we have, no money to drill, boreholes for our people. Right. So, okay. Gotcha. So the government's spending money on cars and not building wells for their people. I see. Similarly, freelance journalist Ferdinand Mamdi launched Donaldson's efforts, but said that it's embarrassing that a YouTuber jetted into Kenya on a charity tour to perform tasks our taxes should have completed ages ago. CNN reached out to Kenyan government spokesperson for comment, but had not received a response at the time of the publication. So, I mean, it's crazy. Overnight, this person comes along who happens to be a white male figure with a huge platform, and all of a sudden he gets all of the attention. Yeah, it's kind of frustrating, but it's also understanding the nature of how the world is. She praised Donaldson for shining a spotlight on the need for clean water supplies, but warned that the issue is sustainability. It's one thing to go in and install the well. It's another thing for us to go back to 3 or 4 or 5 years from now and see if the wells are still functional. So, smidge of downfall. I mean, it's not downfall, but like, hey, like let's take a step back and look at the bigger picture here. I mean, if you really, I don't know whose side to be on, but all I know is there's now 100 new wells in multiple countries within Africa for people to have clean water. So, and schools with bridges and supplies and technology, and that's what really matters, right? Can we just make that the prominent point of the article, please? Like, do we have to, I think I stated it earlier, but like the pandas have been officially shipped back. FedEx put them on a specially created cage with a specially plane. And I think the plane had like 100,000 pounds of bamboo on it because the plane ride took so long and they didn't want to stress out the pandas. So they just loaded them up on bamboo, which is crazy, crazy awesome. And so I'm pretty sure bamboo for pandas is like the eucalyptus leaf for koalas. Like if they don't get it, they get a little cranky when daddy doesn't get his eucalyptus leaf. You know what I'm saying? But so the pandas are getting sent back, and honestly, the world's ending. Things are getting bad. And, listen, folks, I mean, you gotta listen, grab a drink. You know what I mean? Just gather around. Let's gather around for a moment of a moment of reflection. Folks, it's time we gather. Like, come on, gather around for a moment of reflection. A moment of reflection on the impending doom that awaits us all. Listen, the world's ending, okay? The world is pretty much coming to an end. We're on the brink of World War III. It's you know what I mean? There's 100 billion fighter jets, Syria, us and them, Taiwan and China, Russia and the Ukraine, Israel and Palestine. I mean, I don't know whose side to be on. I've been propagandized. I thought one thing 3 days ago, and then Paul said, no. What you heard is the complete opposite of what's actually going on. So now I don't know if Paul is telling me the truth or if like the news or the podcasters are telling me the truth. Some people are on this side. Some people are on that side. I don't know what to believe anymore. And like, we could just roll with like Justin's philosophy of like, hey, it doesn't affect us directly, but like, maybe it's kind of sort of, it does. I'm not sure. But like, if it doesn't, just like, don't look at it. But like, I have to because it's there and it's out there. And it's on Twitter and I see it. It's my job kind of. So like, I kind of have to know what's going on, and I like to know what's going on. But like, at the end of the day, it kind of feels like I don't understand anything. And what I'm being told isn't honestly what's happening to begin with. So careful where you get your sources and information of the news, because what they've been saying allegedly is not like what actually is happening, I guess. And it's like the opposite. And like who we thought were the good guys are now the bad guys. Now the bad guys are the good guys, but like no one's really good guys because we're all just killing each other. And it's kind of, let's reflect on our impending doom that awaits us all. Listen, just imagine for a second, if you will. And if you look outside, it might already be here depending on when you're listening to this. A world where the economy is not just on a downward spiral, but it's doing somersaults, barrel rolls, and triple axles on its way down. We're talking about an economic catastrophe so severe that it literally makes Black Friday shopping look like a casual stroll in the park. And we're not talking like the early weeks of Black Friday. We're talking like the old school, we had to get up at 4 a.m. on Friday. 4 a.m. on Friday, not 6 p.m. on Thanksgiving, 4 a.m. on Friday, just to get in line for that Best Buy deal. But now It's all just a hoopla. Let's see who's open on Thanksgiving. The woke companies are and some aren't. And it's just like now, like that. When I say it makes Black Friday look like a walk in the park, that's what I mean. Not like all of the online deals that you can just get now whenever, sometime in November and December, whenever Amazon decides to give you 80% off. You know what I mean? I know what you're thinking. Like, how bad, Levi? How bad could this be? Like, how terrible is it actually going to get? Well, according to analyst studies, scientists, history, and basically the fact that Paul has convinced me to believe that we need to know history so we can tell when it's repeating itself, because it basically is. How bad can it be? Well, listen, your families aren't just going to be tightening their belts this holiday season. They're going to be selling everything from furniture to, their on the streets. Listen, they're probably going to be popping that on the street corners this holiday season. I'll try to keep it PG-13, but it's going to get bad. Like, you're going to have to sell your $1,000 couch on Facebook Marketplace at an extravagant loss, probably upwards of 90 to 98%. You're looking at maybe $80 for your $3,000 couch. And that $80 is going to get you through the next 3 to 7 weeks, because that's how bad things are about to get, okay? Pictures your relatives having to hit the streets, peddling everything they have, opening up their coat jackets like, what do you need? What do you got? What do you need? What do you got? $3? I'll take it. You know what I mean? Like, picture your families. Like, you're going to have to form a Gary V business strategy on this one to come together and make money this holiday season, because no one's got it. Okay. And so as the economy goes down and inflation goes up, it doesn't stop there. Oh no, my friends, it does not stop there. Okay. We're not just talking your run-of-the-mill economic shutdown. This is the kind of catastrophe that puts you on a first-name basis with famine and disease. Picture chaos in the streets, civil unrest, and violence so intense that even the action movie heroes and the people who did January 6th and the people who did, the COVID riots and all of the other attacks that have happened throughout this country, they'll just be like, walks in the park, like, no thanks, I'll pass kind of situations. It's going to get bad, okay? Authorities and institutions will lose credibility faster than politicians' promises during election years. And just when you think it can't get any worse, enter the ragtag militias that are guarding and distributing now all of our resources. The government, the police, all authority will collapse as you know it, and the people with the biggest power and the most guns and the most people behind them will be in charge of the grocery stores, the gasoline, the fire, and the people and the electricity and the things that we need to survive. Most of us will most likely perish, okay? Because who needs police when you can have a bunch of amateurs with mismatched camo pants trying to keep things in order with their AR-15s, okay? Your cars, your automobiles, forget it, okay? They'll be set on fire. They'll be set on fire by bands of angry children on the hunt for food. Forget about your dream road trip. You'll be lucky if you can keep a shopping cart in one piece, because that's how valuable the scrap metal will be. Welcome to the scavenger's life, my friends. You'll be rummaging through garbage like it's a Black Friday sale at those $5 bin stores. You'll be rummaging through garbage like it's the $5 bin Amazon pallet return stores that you see on TikTok, but there's nowhere near where you live, so you can't really participate, but you have to live vicariously through that one guy who found that one working Xbox 360 on the $5 day, and he got a hell of a deal when he flipped it on eBay for $80. You know what I mean? You're going to be scrounging for scraps. Those mice that we're capturing and letting go out into the field this winter because all the construction's pushing them towards inside of our house that lived, we'll be cooking them over the fire because we're grateful for a little bit of meat that week. You'll be hungry. Living in tents will be for the rich, not the poor. You'll be the lucky ones if you have shelter at night. You'll be walking 10 to 11 miles a day from state to state because chunks of the existing states will be then broken up. We'll go back to colonies, we'll go back to that, and we'll have states within the states of the United States after it falls. You will walk 15 miles a day just for water from your daily cardio, turning your life into a post-apocalyptic fitness program that you're not getting from Planet Fitness. It will be a judge-free zone. And the best part about all of this is choosing your friends based on who you can trust at any given moment is how you will survive. It's like speed dating, but with survival instincts. Your new BFF might be rifling through your supplies at night, testing your commitment to their newfound friendship, and then you may or may not have to decide whether you have to take deadly and forceful action against them because you no longer have the rations you thought you did for the next 24 to 48 hours, okay? But fear not, because most of you who do survive will become masters of the apocalypse. Minor surgeries, easy. You'll perform them on yourself, your kids, and anyone else in your ragtag group. Stitches, administering medication, and even dealing with rabies will be considered is your crash course in the post-apocalyptic healthcare. Who needs medical school when you have survival instincts? You'll be able to do these things on a given dime, and you'll have to, or members of your group will die. You'll become a jack of all trades, fishing, agriculture, farming, storm patterns, irrigation, because in this brave new world, survival is not just about scavenging. It's about becoming a walking survival encyclopedia. And all of this while listening to the soothing voice of JoJo Siwa as she breaks down what it was like to be a child and now teenager and now adult celebrity in the eyes of America, and how many bows she sold in the JoJo Siwa bow collection, and why she got the tattoo 1031, because it's two ones on the end and numbers in the middle, and on the stupid show that she's on that she's so tough for completing and competing in, her number was 3, and it's Halloween, which is her favorite day, which is also the day that her podcast comes out on the Do Good Network on iHeartRadio, and she couldn't be more excited for 1 to 2 seasons after iHeart decides that they don't want to give her any more money for this podcast that didn't get millions, but only hundreds of thousands of downloads. You know what I mean? Maybe. If you have it downloaded already, because the electric grid will most likely not be in existence. And if the electric grid goes down, 90% of the population has gone within the first 90 days. I'm pretty sure is the statistic. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be bad. In this post-apocalyptic world, where loose nuclear weapons and underground military bases are as common as Starbucks on every corner, you will find solace in the tales of how JoJo Siwa came to claim her fame. Because let's face it, even in the darkest times, you deserve to know the behind-the-scenes secrets of the Dance Mom show, the JoJo Siwa show, her time as a dancer, her friends, her relationships, and all the juicy details that happen along the way for this girl to get her first $1 million and her Tesla with her face on it. So, my dear friends and listeners, as you face impending doom of a society in shambles, take comfort in the fact that the American entertainment system will never fail you. You will have this podcast and many, many more while you're out trying to set up a legitimate government of your own and secure a few nuclear bombs and a few AR-15s, even though you denounced them your whole life. Now, you know what I mean? As soon as this pops off, I'm going to have to be a gun owner. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? You'll get just a little glimmer of hope. And who knows? Who knows? Maybe you'll be one of the ones lucky enough to survive and tell the tale of how, binge listening to celebrity podcast saved your life in the new world order. Stay entertained, people. Stay alive, and may laughter be with you in these trying times. And that's pretty much where we're at. That's pretty much where we're at in the world as it stands. And ladies and gentlemen, that's been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. My name's Levi McCurdy. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I hope you're all out there. Stay safe, please. Stay safe. And if you haven't done so already, if the power grid is still up, go to wadpod.com/YouTube and hit that big, beautiful red button that says subscribed. Make sure there's an ED on the end. You know what I mean? And once you hit it, hit the bell too, so you get notified. We're posting videos. We try to post one every day, whether it's short or a clip or a podcast episode. I try to keep up with it as much as I can with editors and distribution and everything, but sometimes we fall behind. So please hit that subscribe button so I know you're still there. Leave a comment, leave a like, let me know you're watching this video. Thank you guys so much for the support. If you haven't done so already, go to duderobe.com and check out their sweatpants, their shorts, their slides, their dude robes, everything you need for holiday shopping season. If you want to spend a little bit more than $10 on your loved one, check out Dude Robe at duderobe.com, and don't forget to use promo code WAWD at checkout. You're going to save 20%, and you're going to help us out here at the Do Better Network and the What Are We Doing podcast studios. Check it out. Listen, get your Black Friday deals done now, folks. And you know what I mean? They're live, all of them. Go Black Friday shopping. We're 3 weeks early. Who knows what we're going to do? What are we going to do on Thanksgiving now that Black Friday is a thing now? It's done. We're already done Black Friday shopping, right? So on Thanksgiving, we're going to actually have to talk to each other. We're going to have to actually talk to one another this Thanksgiving. Oh boy, that's going to be an episode and a half. So look out for that. I'm sure we'll have a blast coming in recording Friday after we did Thanksgiving on Thursday. Ooh, I can't wait for the actual Black Friday episode of this podcast. Now I'm excited. Check it out. You're not going to want to miss that episode, folks, because we're doing Thanksgiving with Sandy Dunkel this year for the first time in about 4 or 5 years. We haven't done a Thanksgiving with the family in a while, and we're doing it. So here we go. It's going to be a blast. You're going to want to see it. You're not going to want to miss this podcast. Honestly, I'm just going to come out and say it. We were going to save it for later, but you're not going to want to miss this podcast for the rest of the year. We've got insane guests and collaborations coming up. We've got episodes of Recap and Record with Carlos going into December. I tried to get him to do Recap and Record with, I want to do like the Adam 22 and Lena the Plug reality dating show, threesome sex show or whatever it is. I don't know. But he said no. So who knows where we're going to end up with Recap and Record this year. We might take a break again until House of the Dragon comes back. That might be a solid plan. We'll see. If you haven't checked that out this week, do so. And I think that's it for my plugs at the very end here. If you rock with me this long, thank you. I appreciate you and everything that you do listening and getting me through this hour every week. You guys are the best. Keep it up. Thank you for rocking with me. My name's Levi McCurdy. This has been another episode of the What Are We Doing podcast. Peace out, everybody. I'll see you next Friday. This is the What Are We Doing podcast.